Welcome to the Primo's Musings podcast.
Good evening, Mr. Rogers. How are you, sir?
Hey, good to be back. Good day
Good.
of football for us
Yes.
here.
Yeah, good to be back. And we're fresh on the heels of Argentina's another rabbit out of the hat win against England. So let's quickly get down to your thoughts on what you thought about this match and what you thought about where England went wrong and where Argentina rose up. So we'll talk about that and then quickly go down to your quick analysis of yesterday's match and then a preview for the finals on Sunday in
Well,
MetLife Stadium.
yeah, and again the magic of Messi and Argentina in general. I thought they were down and out when it was whatever that was around the 80th minute before that late goal, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, this was this was a great game once again. My 2 points again will be hopefully this brings the it definitely was like great showing this has been for the US in general, but just to maybe make the sport better for this game, man. Enzo Fernandez from my Chelsea team there, that goal was a ripper, boy. And when he hit that, you knew the tide was turning. They kept the pressure up, which is gets to where, I think England late in the game had no answer defensively. And every time, Argentina came down the field, there was 5, 6 guys in the box crashing. And I don't think they had the right. I mean, they had a ton of shots all of a sudden, Argentina, and they had no answer for them. And you just had this feeling they were definitely at least going to get the equalizer. But, that last goal, too, by, the cross by Messi and Lautaro was way up there for the header. It was just like, I mean, as I've said, and we'll get to our picks, but I almost feel like right now this team might be a team of destiny or something. Like they've had so many comebacks. I've never seen anything like it. Is that, like you said, every single time you feel like they're down and out and they just like wake up in the 85th minute here and bam, 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 and the game's over. And it just like turned the game on its head in minutes. It was crazy, 5, 6 minute stretch there where it was just, turned the whole game around. But it was awesome to watch and a great game for sure.
Yeah, to your point about every time they make a comeback, I thought the Egypt one, the comeback that they did in Egypt, I
Yeah.
thought that was more tougher because when you saw Argentina score with Enzo blasting that ball into the net, I was actually on a text chain and it was immediately apparent that the tide was turning, and my
Yeah.
friend was saying, I wouldn't be shocked if Argentina scores again. I don't know for some reason why Thomas Tuchel went defense after they scored the first goal. I mean, the first goal by England was a great goal. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yep.
phenomenal goal itself. But I don't know why they went on the defense when Argentina. It seemed that Argentina had the possession of the ball from the 60th minute or so. I think you can correct me because I missed a lot of the initial thing because I was driving. But then um, it seemed that they had the possession of the ball, and it was just a matter of minutes when the dam was breaking down for England, and England completely went on the defensive. So I thought the game that they came against Egypt was more tougher than this because here they looked more like the aggressor. They were just
Yeah.
bound to break that wall at one point or the other.
Yeah, they dominated, I think, the last 30 or so minutes where it was just the ball was in their half probably 60, 70% of the time, or they had the possession and like England got no pressure after the half, it felt like. And so yeah, it was inevitable, it seemed like we were just waiting. And I'm looking at the stats and they had 14 attempts on goal to 5 and 5 on target to 2. So it was like just inside the box have to, so often at the end there, and we're getting. I mean, they had another shot that went right off the post. They had shots that were, an inch or two wide that had Pickford beat. So it was like they they were they were right there and knocking at the door for a long time. So the fact, you can't be surprised that they got it. It's just amazing that it happened again. But it's still, I mean, that's the craziest part of it all is just that you're never surprised anymore with this team the way they're working. It's just like you just know it's not over till it's over with them. So it's awesome to watch.
Well, the other thing is that you were kind of talking about the shots on goal of 14-6 or something like that, and shots on target 6-3. Even the possession was 64-36.
Yeah.
And usually when you see a 64-36, typically, I would say 90% of the time, the team with
It's a
that
blowout, yeah.
yeah, they're going to win, right? I mean, you see what happened to the Spain yesterday. I mean, that's the same thing. So the defending champions are in. Again, it goes back to one more thing, Chris, which is only 8 teams have ever won the World Cup. And the fact that Argentina and Spain have already won it. So it's not like a new team that's going to win it. But anyway, coming down to Argentina, the second goal was
Yeah, well,
also, yeah,
yeah,
go
say
ahead.
with my one other stat I saw, and I saw it the other day, and I meant to bring it up, was there's never been a World Cup winning manager that is not from the team he's managing. And, Tuchel being a German, maybe that's the curse right there where you knew it wasn't gonna happen, but it's just but I saw that stat and I had to review it like 10 times to make sure that was true, and it was true, and, US doesn't have a US-born manager, but Argentina, France, not England, but France and Spain all did, so I'm like,
They all
it
have.
means England will lose.
Yeah,
But no,
so
it
I
was
think that's a
crazy,
good
crazy.
stat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good stat for countries if they want to win their first World Cup. But going back to the second goal, I mean, when I saw that second goal,
Oh, yeah.
what was apparent was it was not of Messi's strongest foot. It
Nope.
was a cross with his right leg.
He's
And
amazing.
you could see how the ball was so beautifully placed. And then
It's
Martinez
yeah, and
just scored. I
yeah,
mean,
he
did
was
he
up
just come
there.
off
Yeah.
the thing? He just
Yeah, he
came
had
off
come
the
in a couple minutes before and just like, he's in Messi once again has just proven like he sees things that people don't see and can still find that hole in that space in the defense at all times. So it's just crazy, man. Like, yeah, Lautaro came on at the 81st minute and scored in the 91st minute. So I mean, like it was just crazy because I saw the pass go up and I said, "My gosh!" Like, you see Lautaro Martinez making that run, and I'm like, they're at least going to get a good shot here. And sure
at
enough,
least
he
they'll get a good
rises
shot. Yeah.
above, and yep, and yeah, I mean, I can't be surprised anymore. It's almost like you expect this. It's
Well, I
it
think
means when we
when you think about like what we saw from Argentina, the way they won it, right? They won it 2-1. In fact, I was actually sending a note to my friend about saying Grok actually picked 2-1 Argentina today, and I was surprised it picked it actually accurate, right? But when you think about what the Argentina did, 2-1 against England, 3-1 against Switzerland, even though that game was like kind of went away from Switzerland, 3-2 against Egypt. And when you see when they scored in the 79th, 83rd,
yeah,
and 90th minute, or extra stoppage time.
yeah,
Same thing on the Cape Verde, you had them score in the 92nd minute, and then you had them score in the 111th minute, right? The 111th minute, Dini scored. So here it is. And this time it was not Messi, the goal scorer, it was Messi, the creator. And I think we are truly fortunate to see Messi play. And I remember not last year, not the Qatar, the one before that, where the right when they got eliminated, still remember the commentators saying, "Will this be Messi's last World Cup?" And that's the same thing I heard here
mhm,
saying, "Will this be Messi's last World Cup?" And then here they go again. They go and not only go the equalizer, but they go ahead and score. So we'll get to the final, but let's quickly talk about your impression. I did like a quick recap yesterday or this morning for the Spain thing, how their possession control really stifled France. So
yeah,
your thoughts
yeah.
on what happened yesterday for France against Spain?
It was I thought they had a great game plan to keep that team from getting a good shot. Like they bend but don't break. They had nothing inside the box where got a good shot, and therefore, all those shots you saw were well wide or well above. So that was another. It was crazy to see because I thought Spain kind of like dominated them the way I think that's what you have to do with France is kind of you slow them down, don't let those guys behind you because obviously Mbappe, Dembele, Doué, all those guys are so fast that you can't. Like I think they played nice and deep, kind of kept everything in front of them, and never let them get a quality shot, which was just it was great to watch. Obviously, I wanted Spain to win, but the fact that it was just like I know they had some good saves, and there was a couple that were okay shots from outside, but there was nothing where it would have had to been a great shot and a goalie mess up for it to go through. So I thought Spain had a great game plan. They were conservative, but they make their little quick pass runs every once in a while, and a couple got through. They got the penalty. Once they got that penalty, the way they had dominated that time at that point, I was like, man, they might not. That might be all they need because France is getting no. no depth in their game here in the final third. So it was great, man. I think it was exciting too, once again, because I know a good portion of people probably picked France. So to see,
including
what
me, and that
the
I did
yeah.
get flack for that. So that's
So one of the
from
top teams
Jamie.
in the one of the top 2 teams losing is a big deal, and it's cool to in that regard, if nothing more, it's cool to see, and just like, hey, Spain doesn't have, like, big stars like Mbappe or Dembele, or, you could probably name every starter on the France team, but Spain has, like, a bunch of teenagers, and the fact that Cabarsi was what is he, a 19-year-old
19,
defender, is
and
the
he
guy who
was a great
smashes the
defender.
goal. Yeah, and he smashes home the second goal yesterday. Is just that just shows like how versatile the team is, and the way they play. It was impressive. I thought they had a great game plan, and they played well.
Yeah, and the fact that, you had someone like Pedro Porro coming and
Yeah,
scoring.
another defender technically, like a wing back, and
I know he's a
in there. Yeah,
defender.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
In the Spain, they do the 3-2-1-4, right? That's the
yeah,
or yeah. So I think for Spain, when I looked at the stats, when I kind of said possession control, it was only like 51-49. And if you look at the rest of the stats, Spain actually had it was almost very close from a stats number, 51-49%. That's all for
yeah,
France.
yeah,
But those 51%, that's where the difference is. The difference is what do you do with that 51%? The possession. And that's exactly what Spain did. They were again, it was France had a lot of opportunities too, but they had 7 corners too, and this is where when you think
yeah,
about
yeah.
someone like a Messi
Good
who was
defending.
able to
Yep.
create from not from a corner but also even from the area, from the general area, that tells you everything. So let's quickly go down to the final. I know we won't be able to do the final before the actual final, but I want to hear your thoughts on your initial assessment or your pick for the winner. And again, it's anyone's pick right now. It's Spain or
Yeah.
Argentina. And if I pick Argentina, Jamie will of course
Uh,
harass me on the text chain, but that's okay. But where do you think about where this game is going to go?
well, I've picked Spain from day one, so I'm going to stick with them. I think they've been the most consistent team thus far, to me.
Despite
I
their
hope.
draw against Cape Verde in the first
Yeah,
place.
well, and yes, in spite of that, but I think like you know, they they're the one team that I think maybe this is where Argentina's luck runs out. If they can get a, I think their defense is good enough that if they can get the lead, they can hold these guys down. And I'll go 2-1, 2-1 Spain, but they're probably up 2 late in the game and give up a goal or something like that. But I think they're just Spain is just solid all around. And again, they're young, they're hungry. Hopefully that pays off for them. But that's who I'd go with. Argentina is tough though, but I'm going Spain. I think they got the best team out there. Again, what are they at now? 37, 38 games unbeaten.
Yeah, and they've never lost
That's
with Lamal
yeah,
on
yeah,
the in the
that
lineup.
too. That's what they said. He's never lost a game since he's been on the national team, which is ridiculous. But it's like
It's
I,
something like
I
the
got to go with
Yukon
him.
women
Yeah.
Huskies, right? They never lose.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
the
one of those
the
things.
run a couple years
Yeah,
back, yeah, I mean, it's unheard of. I mean, they're playing England and France and, all these teams every other
mhm,
week, and they still haven't lost. It's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'll go with them. Yeah,
Argentina
I'm
has a
spit.
shot at history too, right? They will be the first
Yeah,
team to do what no team since the Pele's Brazil team did
your
in
boys, yeah.
1962. But one thing that would really concern me if I'm Argentina is Spain entering. Right now they're entering like the overall betting favorites. They've only conceded 1 goal in the entire tournament right now, in the month-long tournament. Argentina, to your point, every game they've given up. Think about this, even just in the knockout, right? They beat Cape Verde 3-2. They beat
Mhm.
Switzerland 3-1. They beat England 2-1. So they've given up goals in almost every game.
Yep.
Spain was not only able to play impenetrable defense against France, but they were also able to generate enough offense. So that's where I would say if Spain cores one, and I don't think they'll go into the mode like the England did, which is basically settling down and kind of playing defense. So you're saying Spain, you picked Spain all the time. I think we did both. I don't know if I picked, did I pick France or Spain?
I think France, but,
France, I think, yes. So
who's
I think
counting?
but can I do a redraw? Do that.
Of the
I
final
don't
2,
know.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think you picked Spain, so I'm going to do the opposite, Chris. I'm going to ride the Messi wave here. I'm going to pick Messi to win his second consecutive. Not only I think he's
Go out on
probably
top. Yeah.
yes, he'll probably score that one goal and go out on top with 9 goals.
It would
And
be an awesome story
that'll
if he
be an
does.
awesome
So,
story, yes.
yeah.
So I'm going to pick just fact that you pick Spain, and you know what? And then Jamie will, of course, text me. I don't. I think he'll
Yep.
probably
Be
stop
ready.
listening to me, and then he will probably call me a not an analyst or whatever. But that's okay. But I do think that because you pick Spain, you've always stayed with Spain, and I think the fact that I pick France, they're not in the World Cup final, so I'll go with Argentina to beat Spain for their second consecutive World Cup championship. So quickly, who do you think your player that is going to you know be a factor in the game?
Oh boy. I'll go. So my favorite guy on Spain is Mikel Merino, right? So he's a good midfielder, has defensive and offensive skills. I guess I won't pick him to get the goal, but I think he'll be key in some stops and maybe get the assist to Yamal or Oyarzabal or one of those guys to get the big goal that wins the game. So he's an Arsenal guy, so I don't know if I should like him or not. But either way, I think he's been a pivotal guy for that team and sort of like between him and obviously Rodri, right? I love that guy. He's been a
He
staple
was
out there in Man City, so he's been great this year. But I think that mix, man, of just like those old guys and the young guys has just been, that's what I think has made them just. They've just been so good. But yeah, I'll go with Moreno being a good guy who's going to make a difference in this game, and the name will come up a lot. So let's hope.
yep.
Viva
And
la
then for
Spain!
Argentina, Argentina, I think I'm going to be the captain obvious, and then say it's going to be Messi who's going to be either creating it or whether he's going to be scoring it. So, but I think we're in for an exciting final. This is top two of the top four teams in the
Yeah,
world,
yeah. I mean,
and you're going to
everyone's got to be
see.
happy with that. Big
Yep.
names, big teams. So, I mean, couldn't ask for much more if you're FIFA or a
Yep,
fan.
absolutely. I think this is what they wanted. This is what they get. Everybody knew Spain was the number one team. The only thing is, will Yamal score his first goal of the tournament?
I know. I hope. Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, uh, I'll say yes, he does. How about that? I'll go.
Okay.
He had his, he drew the penalty
He drew
yesterday,
the
so
penalty,
maybe
yes.
he should get
Although he didn't take it.
something.
I was a little
Nah,
surprised he didn't take it.
he's not a big on those things, but he's
Yeah.
he's the kid. They let the
They'll take it. Well, that's what probably Brazil should have done
that's true.
when they got the penalty against Norway, and then they had
Screwed it
somebody
up.
else take it instead of Winnie. But anyway, I will not wallow on Brazil's sorrows here. With that, I think Chris, this has been like not just an amazing tournament with 48 teams. So many things that we saw. Obviously with 48 teams, you have all the attendance records broken, but still. Having said that, even with 32 teams, I think we would have broken all the attendance records in the World Cup.
That's been a great showing in the US every game. And I know it's not all US fans, but every game is sold out. Every game has like been electric, like with the crowds and just the fans of all over the place, whether they're American fans or, from the local country. But it's been a cool sight, man. Like I'm with you. I know you guys were talking about we should have it every other one should be in the US or something. I do think we've proven even though soccer is not the biggest sport in the US, we can put together a good, soccer tournaments. It
Yep.
was it was cool. I'm impressed. Like I had fears that we would not sell out stadiums or it wouldn't have a great following just because of where it was, but it's been a sight. It's been cool.
And I didn't think that the country would rally behind such a thing because you saw like even non-football/soccer fans all got into this, right? They all
Yeah.
got into this thing. I mean, they typically don't follow anything outside of it. Even when we did the Euro Cup, we did the Copa America and Euro Cup. I don't think anybody except for a few people actually really followed it, and we were following it. I think was it Euro Cup between Spain and England, the
Yeah.
final,
Yep.
and
Once
and
again,
then and yeah,
Spain
I
won
think it was
again.
what Argentina, and then Argentina and was it
Brazil in that one, I think, or was it?
who was the final? Colombia, was Colombia in the final?
Yeah, it might have been them then.
Yep. So I got to go back and look at what the Copa America had. I think it was. Yeah, it was. I'm just trying to see. Yeah, it was Argentina beating Colombia 1-0. Yep. Right.
1-1 at extra
One
time.
nothing,
That's right.
one
Yep.
nothing extra
Mhm.
time, yeah, and then Uruguay beating Canada, which kind of I didn't even think about it at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Who'd have thought
Anyway,
of that one?
so thanks again, Chris, but I think it's been wonderful. I think hopefully we'll come back again and do we have other sports anyway, like NFL and things like that. But this soccer thing was
Ah,
amazing.
been awesome.
It's Spain versus Argentina. Chris picked
Yep.
Spain. I pick
I also
Argentina.
had Argentina in the final, so either way, I guess,
Either way, you
you can
win. Yes, either
give
way,
me
you win.
credit.
Hopefully, I'll give you. Yes, I will give you credit because I did pick France and I think you picked France and Argentina in the final, and I picked France in the final to win the final. I think.
And in our poll, by the way, I think I only got 1 game wrong, by the way, so
Well,
just saying.
that's good. That's just to say that. Yes, we will make that. We will make sure
Alright,
that the record shows that Chris only picked one wrong, and then he picked
yep,
from Spain to win. All right. Thanks again,
alright,
Chris. Just hang
you
on a
got it.
bit. Have a good night. Enjoy. Hold on.
Take care.
Thank you for listening. Primo will be back soon.